We got an update from Milan on the Golazo network. Paolo Fonseca confirms his AC Milan departure to Sky Sport Italia. In his words, yes, I left Milan. It's life. That's how it is. I have a calm conscience. I did everything that I could. So we are starting to get more and more news as it's breaking out of Milan. And it looks like it is happening. AC Milan have fired Paolo Fonseca after a disappointing result against Roma and a disappointing start to their Serie A campaign. Ian Joy alongside Michael Lahoud. Breaking news, Milan obviously making a move very quickly. Fonseca looks like he's out the door.
This is something that's been a bit of a writing on the wall for Paulo Fonseca. And when you pull the hood and you look at some of the ingredients that led to this, he's a manager that I believe lost the locker room, and he's lost the locker room for some time. Whenever you're a new manager and you come in, you don't want to piss off two of the key members of the team, and he's done that relentlessly. We know about the feud between him and Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao out for this match, and then he goes and then he breaks and burns that bridge with him and Theo Hernandez. But you go beyond that. This is a side that when you watch the match with Roma, when you go to the match, Genoa, 125th anniversary, legends are there to be entertained. The fans are there to re-believe and rekindle that spirit, and you lay a goose egg, 0-0. It just tells me that this is a side that lost the imagination, lost belief, and I think they're making the right move. I said it on Scoreline, and I'm saying it again. This is the right move for a side in desperate need of a turnaround.
So we're getting news just out of Milan that they have made a decision to replace Paolo Fonseca as their boss, as manager of AC Milan, and it looks like they're going to move very quickly and putting a new manager in that place. But real quickly, Michael Lahoud, obviously with the decision being made so hastily, so quickly into the new season, we're just getting into the new year. I mean, this is a rapid decision to make with someone who has good experience, but wasn't necessarily helped by form from some of his players, by injuries, by lack of discipline. I mean, did it just go from bad to worse for Fonseca, or is he responsible for the results that were out there?
I think he's responsible for some of the results, and there is something that has to be said about, look, if you're a manager and your players are having disciplinary issues, it's on you to turn that around. And if your key players aren't responding to your tactics or don't respect you, then, well, the jury's out. And I believe that these are players that didn't respect him, and they thought they were bigger than the club. They thought they were bigger than the manager. Yeah. And it really showed in the ways that they were throwing matches away. This is a side that spent, north of 50 million euros, I think 66 million euros in the summer. Finished second last season, Ian. And so this was not supposed to be a season that was tipped to be, okay, we're going to just try and get to top four. They were trying to contend and really battle the likes of Inter and no one else for a Scudetto. Now they're scrambling and trying to just survive a season to maybe get back into Europe. It's been a disaster.
In many ways, I feel sorry for him, Fonseca, having to deal with a lot of injuries that they had doing. Some players not necessarily being in their best of form. Obviously, we pick on Rafael Leao because we recognise the ability, the talent that he has at his disposal. He should be one of the best players in European football if you can get him playing his football. Can't get him playing enough. So yes, I do believe that it does come down to the coach to try to get the best out of individuals. But sometimes with injury, there's not much you can do about that one. I also think Theo Hernandez, not necessarily in his best form. Some players obviously have performed well for him, Christian Pulisic being one of them. Reinders stepping up to the plate being another one. Obviously, going into this game, there was a rumour that it was going to be Sérgio Conceição who would be replacing Fonseca at the helm. The former Porto manager has a great history, obviously, as a player in Italian football, but now looks like he's going to get the opportunity as Milan boss on a short-term basis. It looks like, and that's certainly what's been rumoured, that he will be signing a 6-month contract with the potential of an option thereafter. And if he does take the helm very quickly, his first game will be against Juventus and his son, Francisco, on Friday in the semi-final of the Supercoppa Italiana in Saudi Arabia, of course, which you can watch on our networks. Interesting decision, first and foremost. Your thoughts?
Look, this is a manager that they were tipped and they were in conversations about him being the manager for Milan before Fonseca even came into the equation. And I believe Paulo Fonseca was the fallback guy. Yep. And this was the guy that they actually wanted. So for him to kind of see the lay of the land and kind of figure out, you know what, let me just dip my toe in this water. It's 6 months and then we can reassess, see what else is out there. There's only up that they can go. Because when you look at some of the players that are desperate for a manager to come in and just give them some sort of belief, the wingers. I look at Rafael Leao, I look at Christian Pulisic, players that are injured right now who could benefit, and I think will continue to benefit, especially Christian. He'll continue to benefit with Conceição because he loves wingers. You look at how Porto played, their wingers, Galeno, played out of his mind under this manager. He likes to put his wingers high, and they are a key focal point in how he likes to attack.
Let's dive a little deeper into Christian Pulisic, because it's been a turbulent time for Christian Pulisic, of course, as a player under AC Milan. They've had multiple coaches there, and if you go back through Christian's career, multiple coaches at Chelsea, multiple coaches at Borussia Dortmund, it seems to keep happening to Christian Pulisic. But we have witnessed Christian this season and last season being in the best form that he's possibly been in his career. So what does this now mean for Christian Pulisic going forward?
Sometimes as a player, your value on a team, you find out a lot more when you're not there. And you and I have been talking about this time and time again, that this is a Milan side that looks like they don't know if they're coming or going without him on the field. And Reinders has really stepped up to be the guy, but there's just something missing in matches like this. If they're in a match like this, Christian gets that match-winning moment. He just smells blood in the water, and he comes up with big plays. If you're Conceição, you get on the phone with the Christians, you get on the phone with the Leaos, and you tell them, hey, help is on the way. I'm coming, and I'll make things better, but Christian's going to be just fine under this manager.
So once again, the words from Paolo Fonseca. Yes, I left Milan. It's life. That's how it is. I have a calm conscience. I did everything I could do, he told Sky Sport Italia outside the San Siro.